Boys and girls, and welcome to the Trent stream. Today, I will be showing you the Vandal Glaive. Fitting the role for the Vandal Heavy Fighter is the Glaive. The Glaive, we've got a fighter that's a little bit tougher, a lot a bit tougher than the Scythe, with a similar aerobatic profile and general maneuverability and performance. With a considerably greater weapons payload, we've got our primary laser here, codenamed Weak, and we've got our secondary, our plasma cannons, codenamed War. The plasma cannons fire a slow, very short-range projectile that does quite a bit of damage, whereas our weak lasers have a much greater range and a much higher fire rate, but considerably less damage. What I'm finding with the Glaive here is that it can take one hell of a beating and lots of abuse, but it doesn't give up its mobility, and it doesn't give up very much in the way of firepower either when it does it. We can carry 8 Scythe missiles, the same kind, I believe, that the Vandal Alpha will fire at you in the Vandal Swarm game mode. Go ahead and touch down and take a look at the outside of the ship. A little touchy. Nice and slow.
Landing gear down. Landing approved. Landing complete.
That HUD, though, the HUD is something interesting to behold. Here it is, the Glaive. As you can see, these are our 2 laser repeaters here on the front, and astride them are large bladed wings, and our plasma cannons. Our wings fold up into a slightly more compact package. Obviously, the Glaive, like the Scythe, is a carrier-based fighter, so it's intended to be carried by another ship into battle. I'm sure lunatics everywhere will be cramming them into their cargo ships, their merchantmen, their starfarers, their Hull C's, Idrises, really anything where they can find room to fit some of these, they're probably going to be trying to do it. As you can see, we got some little valves here and there that are associated thrusters. There's a countermeasures dispenser next to that one, to provide us with quite a bit of attitude authority, and lots of directional thrust. So we can just kind of coast along at our maximum speed along all of our 6 degrees of freedom. I can't imagine what possible use these control surfaces may have. In space, obviously, there is no air, so there is no friction. And because there is no friction, having many small, probably hydraulically articulated ailerons isn't of a huge advantage to you. It makes you look like a bird. I guess that's cool. Maybe, just maybe, if they move fast enough and they are dense enough, they could be little control movement gyroscopes with their little servo-actuated throw paths. But who knows? Maybe not. As you can see, we've got 2 large engines here. The engine-to-ship ratio is very high, similarly to how the gun-to-ship ratio is very high. But almost everything it's got slapped on here is armored, with the exception of the shield generator, which is just kind of stuck to the outside. I guess they didn't think that they needed to armor that part. To be fair, if your shield generator is getting hit, being that it's maybe a meter from the cockpit, your pilot's probably getting hit too, so I guess at that point it's all semantics. This glaive has been done up in a red and yellow paint scheme. Everything I've seen from the Vandal so far has been black and spiky. I think the lure explanation for these might be that they are reproductions. They're like UEE reproductions of what we've already got going on here in UEE space. That way they can justify the purely cosmetic red and yellow paint scheme that's been slapped on these things. Let's go ahead and hop back in, and we'll put it through its paces for a little bit. We hop into here similar to how you would hop into like a Wraith in Halo, and you just kind of climb up on your belly and ride the ab roller into position and grab a hold of the various control surfaces. Now,
Systems on.
that's an interesting thing. If you it's not allowing me to free look. No, can't free look. That's against the rules. But those engines though.
Landing gear up.
Like I mentioned earlier, I don't. It's really touchy when you first lift it off the pad. It's got a lot of acceleration. So if you're used to kicking it pedal to the floor like you might in, say, a Hornet or a Cutlass, and you do that in this thing, you're going to go really far, really fast, and you're probably going to hit something. But if you're expecting it, it's considerably easier to avoid collisions. For the most part, as long as you can see where you are going, you can just kind of turn around anything that in another ship you may run directly into. Running directly into things is a very serious risk in ships with less raw acceleration to mass ratio. But here, like, we can just cruise downward at our maximum speed of 240. We might go just a little unconscious if we do it, but just a little unconscious. Never killed anybody, so I wouldn't worry about that. All in all, what we have in the Glaive is a very nimble little dogfighter with absolutely no cargo and absolutely no utility value. You're not going to use it as a data runner. You can barely fit your head in there. So you're going to be using this ship if everything that you want from life is to rape and pillage. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of their women.
Alert. Overhead crash close.
Now, you can certainly avoid crashes, but don't take that to mean that you can't tank a couple if you're really if they're really unavoidable. We've got these large wings outstretched on either side of the ship. These provide a lot of protection for your vital components. All of your cannons, your cockpit, are pretty well shielded by these wings on either side, so you can either ram enemy ships with them if you find yourself in close range, which you will if you want to get the most out of these plasma cannons, or if you want to weave around an asteroid field, you can do it fairly securely, knowing that if someone follows you and they make a mistake, they will probably shatter into a million pieces, but if you make a mistake, you're probably going to break these rocks before they break you. Which is going to make your life a lot less stressful if you think that your best chance of avoiding missiles is you're out of countermeasures and you just kind of want to noodle around the rocks in the hopes that the missiles will hit them instead of you.
Overhead crash close.
I've also seen a lot of really cocky boom and zoom pilots in 350Rs and M50s. This thing's going to give them a run for their money for speed and for ordnance. And it can take a hit like something else too, so you got that going for you. So one of the first things I did when I got this was I was like, well, it's nice, but is it gonna break? And just beelined it for one of these asteroids. Now if I hit this thing straight on at full speed, let's see if I can kill myself here. Nope. Doesn't even care. Not even slightly alarmed. You just bounce right off. I guess you really don't weigh all that much, and you're made out of I don't know, carbon composite, steel, alloy, tungsten carbide. I can't imagine what you could be made out of that you could just go around smacking into things like this, but like the scythe doesn't really care most of the time. Well, there we go. I figured it out. You need to get hooked on the inside of a concave surface of an asteroid, and that will kill you.
For reintegration.
There are lots of things that you really don't need to worry about. For instance, it wasn't too long ago that I just kind of, let's see if we can terraform ourselves. Just fly right into the terraformer. Nah, that's fine. We just got a little terraformed. We're still shooting. We still got half of our missiles. Did we cut our shield generator off?
Shields charging.
Nope, we're fine. We're still fighting. We only got a little terraformed, so I wouldn't worry about that either. All in all, what you're getting from the Glaive is a ship that can take some hits, that can dish out some punishment. It looks really interesting, so I mean that's good. I mean, can't complain about that. And if what you're looking to do is get into a fight, it's probably a pretty good choice. We're gonna take a look at it. I'm gonna boot up in here into the Vandal Swarm and give them a little taste of their own medicine, see how they feel about that. First, I'm gonna need to get the rest of the way terraformed. Like a moth to the flame.
Shields fully charged.
Oh, good. I'm just gonna tank this on my shield. I wouldn't worry about it. It should be fine. God,
Alert.
such orange. Many orange. Wow.
Alert. Front crash.
Oh, I've turned gold. Yeah, I just transmuted myself. To the hangar we go.
Stand by for reintegration.
Here we are, back in the hangar, safe and sound. Let's do something about that. To the moon! Looks like OBS is grabbing a really interesting little artifact up there.
Systems on.
Vandal Swarm initiated. Warning.
Go
There are
ahead
multiple hostiles inbound.
Dive a little bit here, so we got a couple of seconds and a little bit of an advantage over our opponents.
Alert. Front crash close. Hostiles inbound.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Alright. I'm not used to being able to outmaneuver these things so easily. This is an interesting experience for me.
Alert.
Whoa!
Crash close.
Oh man, alright. I'm going to need to use the match speed command, or I am going to be playing bumper cars with these size for the rest of eternity.
Hostile
There's
destroyed.
one. Who's my next target? Oh, no, 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 no. Did I take out? I took out one of my plasma cannons in that ram. So it looks like my theory about the wings was only half true. I immediately collided with an enemy and immediately lost half my firepower. I'm interested to see how much of this engagement I'm going to spend unconscious or partially unconscious. I have yet to land a good hit with this plasma cannon, and I feel like it's time I did. Oh, there we go. You know, this thing makes me miss my Omni Sky 6s, I gotta say. It just doesn't have the range to justify its firepower. I haven't had any overheating problems or any power supply problems yet, but it does leave something to be desired. In a ship this fast, you kind of want to be able to outrange your enemy and keep them out of distance so that you can hold on to the advantage. Now, I'm interested to see one of these missiles actually land, so I'm going to get a little bit closer before I fire this one. And I'm going to find somebody who isn't moving around so much. There we go. Missile away. Up, and it went wide. I didn't see any countermeasures, but yeah, let's give him another one. How about that? And it went wide. I think these missiles might be having some problems. Maybe they're... Ooh! Okay, so when you get a hit, you get a hit. Okay, I'm taking some hits myself, so let's see if we can just kind of like... Oh, man.
Shields charging.
Just pulling all of the G's.
Crash close. Hostiles inbound.
He's hanging right on my tail. All credit to him. Oop! I lost him behind that asteroid. I am noticing that the Glaive, its sensors might not quite be up to UE standard. I'm noticing that the Glaive, it just doesn't keep track of the enemies the way my UE ships do. Let me see if I can really get up here and land a good plasma cannon hit. Ah! Ooh. Playing bumper cars with these guys, not my favorite thing, but I'll do it if I've got to. I know the ship can take it. I think I'm on my last missile. Yeah, I think I'm out, is what it is. Good news, friend. Time for plasma! You know, I think I might be doing more damage with these laser cannons because their travel speed is just that much easier to land a solid hit with. This thing, is he flying? He's flying... Oh, nope, 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 nope. Oh, it's not the Vandul that are hitting me, it's my wingmen, because I'm just too close. So there's another thing. If your wingmen are reckless or hapless, you have to get so close with your default loadout that they're going to shoot you. And when they shoot you, you're going to have a hard time focusing on securing your kills. Oh, he just turned around and decided that he wanted to joust, which I'm okay with, because I've got a better ship than he does.
Shields charging.
0 hostile contacts remaining.
Phew. Pick on the afterburners.
Elite
This
units
is a much more energetic way to play the game. I normally tend to play the heavier fighters, things like the Cutlass. I even enjoy hopping into the Aurora LN and driving Baby's first gunship around. So this is a different kind of thing that I am doing here. I'm out of missiles. That was an interesting little targeting artifact that I found there. He's going hard of defensive. Let me see if I can... Oh, his glaive has got the stupid paint on it. This must be a Vandal thing. The Vandal just like red and yellow. Because reasons. Because every Vandal is Tony Stark. Okay. No. See, I can never tell if I'm going unconscious or if my HUD is just, becoming all of the dumb. It's guessing both a little bit most of the time. Okay, I have lost both of my plasma cannons. I am now a laser boat. Laser boat. Which is fine, because, you know, I'm doing more raw damage with my, doing more raw damage with my lasers anyway. Where is he? Where is he? Where? Oh, of course he's right behind me.
Shields charging.
Kinda wish I had missiles, but I don't.
Shields charging.
Okay, it looks like I'm starting to overtax my lasers here. He is turned around and is shooting at me backwards. No, he was shooting at me through his own ass. That's an interesting thing. I have never seen the bots do that before now. Do you see that? The rounds are flying out of his butt directly at me. Okay, that's a scavenger. He swapped places with Little King at one point and I got confused. Well, I notice, they're trying to hit me, and without my wings, I might be a little bit more maneuverable than I am when they're strapped on there. I think he might have done me a service by removing my other wing. Which is an interesting proposition, that just not putting something on your ship might increase its performance more than, leaving it on there. Okay. Nope. Oop. Keep trying to land these missiles, but I am so very fast that I have much longer to deploy countermeasures than I would if I was in another ship. Because I was in another ship, in order to deploy countermeasures fast enough to actually avoid the missile, I would need to be going at maximum boost directly away from where the firer was when he fired. But because I am moving at such a high speed, the amount of time between when they fire the missile and when it arrives at my location, basically regardless of where I'm going, provided I'm not going directly toward the firer of the missile, is long enough that I can fairly comfortably deploy countermeasures. I think he's trying to bait me outside of the map boundary. I don't know if the AI does that, but I believe that he may be attempting. No, turn around, go away, I'm shooting at you. I think it's interesting how they kind of go through this phase where they're like, I'm gonna shoot you now because you're not paying enough attention to me, and then you start shooting him and he's like, never mind, I don't really want to shoot you today, I'm just gonna fly over here. And try to get you to knock yourself unconscious because your puny human body doesn't like going at these speeds and changing direction like this, but you know what? I can fight while mostly unconscious, so... Oh, here we go. Oh god. I can't see my own HUD elements because I am crawling around in the weeds with this guy and simultaneously avoiding all of the little pew-pew from behind me. Stop doing that. He's trying to come around to bring his guns on me, and I keep having to strafe past him. I'm not sure who got the better of that deal. He took out one of my laser cannons. He managed to break my laser cannon without rupturing my cockpit and killing me. So that's a special thing all of its own. Nope. That sound. It's the world's silliest short bus hornet. You're shooting out of his butt at me. That's not allowed. That's cheating. Stop doing that. I just kind of lose my lead reticle at regular intervals. It just disappears. Like, the HUD is some hacked Vandal goofiness, so you don't even... It is extremely unreliable. It looks like I'm finally starting to hit the heat threshold on this laser. Now that I'm depending on only a single laser, the damage output for the heat is just unacceptable.
Elite units eliminated.
So, I don't have my wings, and since I don't have my wings, I'm interested to see if they do give me my missiles back or not. Okay, that's where all the bad guys are. So, let's see. No, I've got a wing. I've got a wing, I just don't have the cannon that was attached to it. But I think that means I still get my missiles. Now, I'm used to flying the Cutlass, and since the Cutlass Blue is not in yet, the Cutlass Blue has those nifty little missile hoods for you to keep all your missiles in. I am very well acclimated to having only 4 missiles at all stages of the game. Of course, right now, in our current configuration, we are only going to get 4 missiles.
Hostile destroyed.
But under ordinary circumstances, in the Glaive, we would be getting 8.
Warning. You are approaching
Assuming that your ordinary circumstance isn't missing one of your wings, because mine is. It looks like it did not restore our missiles to us, so clearly the mounting point for those is gone. Whoa! Nope, don't do that. That's bad. You know what? I wonder... These are scythes. They're a little bit more fragile. If I kind of wear one down with the laser cannon a little bit first, and then intentionally smack entirely into it, if I could kill it before it killed me. If I could even, I think the AI might be really good at not letting me do that. Also, my fragile human body is becoming unconscious while I attempt, which is making it more difficult. A maneuver that I am very much a fan of is the barrel roll. Now, unlike an aileron roll where you just kind of do this in place, a barrel roll actually drifts you along your z-axis to where your course and your heading deviates radially around a center line. As a result, it throws a lead pip all over the place, making you considerably harder to target and engage. An aileron roll looks neat, but you're not moving. So, I mean, you're not moving along your X or Y axes. So you present just as easy of a target when you're aileron rolling, as if you were, you know, standing still. We're maneuvering normally and just trying to line up the most optimal gun solution that you can. I'm really trying to ram this guy, and he's making that really hard. What was that he just did? Put himself in a little, like, tailspin there. Here we go.
Shields charging. Alert. Front crash.
He really does not want to let me bump into him. Come on, you! You little shit! See, this is an entirely different way of fighting, where you attempt to get as close as you can to your target. And I think I'm starting to kind of understand why you would want a glaive. There we go. Now the question is, did I kill him too? Oh, that wing is not deployed.
Stand by for
I wonder if these wings are deployed in normal flight. Let's see. Oh yeah, there they go. I guess it just undeployed when I became dead. If I do that less, my wings will probably stay deployed for longer. Maybe... Is there... I think I, like, missed a memo about missiles, because it's just telling me I won't lock. It's saying, no locks for you. I'm just gonna keep shooting until he decides he doesn't want to go head on. Whoop! Whoa. That's interesting. You hear the whooshing of the air, despite the fact that there is no atmosphere. I mean, we might be in low enough orbit that there's some atmosphere. That's a possibility, so I'm not gonna, like, completely discount it, but it seems unlikely to me that there is any atmosphere at this location right now. I would really like to land a directal... Oh, he's dead. Okay, I'd really like to land a full-on square plasma cannon hit. These are size 5 weapons. And of course, it being a Vanduul ship, size 5 weapon doesn't mean so much for the hardpoint because there's going to be extremely limited customization options. This is one of those, what you see is what you get. There's no aftermarket for glaives. There's no reason why customization options would be available, so they're not going to be available. Which means that if these default plasma cannons aren't up to par, you're hosed. Like, you've got what you've got. Now, my shield just tanked that shot. I'm pretty sure that was a combination of plasma and laser that hit me there. So the glaive shield, it's respectable. It's a size 3. And he's shooting at me through his ass. I don't know how they're able to do this, but I think it's obnoxious. I would very much like it if they would stop.
Alert.
Okay, he's pulling up. Where are you going? Come back. Stop. And
Shields.
the world's best wingman over there is just liberally spraying me down with laser fire. Meanwhile, I am playing bumper ships. Stop that. Stop. You're bad. Become dead. Where's the... Oh, he's just in like a coffin. In a coffin making shitty little laser gun runs. Now, I'm going to use a missile, because it's not worth hunting him down. Really? Okay, fine. You know what's killing these plasma cannons is the way their convergence appears to be working. The convergence, it's just no bueno.
Alert.
I mean, it's crossing where the target would be, but I'm kind of, at this point, naturally acclimated to determining my own deflection. And because I am used to doing this deflection myself, the fact that it is manually converging these is causing me more difficulty in engagements than I would already have. Which, I mean, user friendliness is very central to anything that anybody's going to be using in combat, real or simulated. The harder something is to use, the less effective it is going to be. With some exceptions. Shooting out of whatever that was again. But, you know, my shields just took it. The shields on the Glaive are super durable, the armor is super durable. And these lasers, while they've got a decent refire rate and okay range, they're nothing that the Glaive shield can't handle. I think we're getting a pretty good picture of what the Glaive can and cannot do, so I think I'll kick it over to PvP a little bit and see how it fares against a wider array of other ships. That was a pretty good plasma hit. Let's see if I can determine what his ship status is here. He appears to be intact. Stop. I feel like I need to be starting these waves by killing my wingmen so that I don't have to deal with their silly bullshit anymore. Here's a question. Does the Glaive have an eject option? Looks like the answer is no. It does, however, have a self-destruct. The self-destruct appears to be very effective at destroying yourself. Which raises the question, how did these things get captured in the first place? But let's take it back to the hangar.
Stand by for reintegration.
Here we are back in the hangar. Let's take our Glaive out for some PvP and see how we fare. Let's do some squadron battle. There's a playtest currently going on for this, so we should find a match quite quickly. And hopefully we can help them iron out some bugs that are in this most recent release. It's a very interesting graphical artifact that we are seeing there. What's coming up on the stream is very different from what I'm seeing on my screen, but it looks like we've got some layers here that are getting drawn, and they're getting drawn in a asymmetric almost fashion. it looks like it's kicked us out. Let's try again. How that goes. Match found. That looks like a good sign. Let's see if we can get joined in. So to get my client running this time with Star Citizen, I needed to go into patch folder for the new launcher and rename one of the music files and disable the music. The music was causing not just the application to freeze, but it was also causing us to experience an Explorer crash. Now, I got a little disconnect error there on the front end. But it looks like I'm connected just fine, so I guess we will see, won't we?
Alert.
I just kind of smacked into this Aurora. Oh, twice! Just kind of keep smacking into him until he's gone. Let's see here. What are you in? Shock Jich! Receive death, Shock Jich! Alright, you. Oh, it's Aaron again. Aaron, how do you like missiles? I feel like, at this point, with this little, like, thing that you're doing, you should have been getting very well acquainted with missiles. Okay, I wonder... I think you get a little alert that's like, hello, someone has locked a missile on you. You should be concerned about this. But this guy, he doesn't look concerned. He looks comfortable with this, so I'm going to give him the opportunity to decide how he feels about it. Oh man, we're becoming aces. I'm just gonna shoot all of the missiles? Plasma cannons are extremely difficult to land hits with at all but the closest of ranges. Whoop. Ah, that good old rat-a-tat-tat-tat of rotary autocannons. This is an interesting thing that it's happening here. I am deploying many countermeasures. I am out of missiles. I don't know if they are shooting at me intentionally, or if they are shooting at me accidentally, but they are hitting me. And that is a problem that I'm going to need to find a solution to. Hello. I feel like this guy should be really used to having this happen to him by now. Oh god! Such missiles, many missiles, wow. Whoop, 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 whoop. Nope, I'm fine. I'm fine. This is nothing to be concerned about. I am flying. I've got an engine. Everything is okay. 4 missiles? Nah, not a problem. Just kick it into gear, cruise on out of there, wait for my shields to regen. This guy can't hit shit, so not even... Oh! And that's a victory. See if we can't get another match in.
Warning. You are approaching simulation boundary.
we are back at the squadron battle screen. Let's see if we can find ourselves another match. I feel like I might be going about this the wrong way. Oh, there we go. Just gotta toggle it. So something I've been running into a little bit, now that I've been streaming more and more often, is streaming and coding consumes quite a bit of CPU, especially heavily threaded applications. Heavy Gear Assault, that I've been playing a lot, Star Citizen, and a couple of others that do a really good job of utilizing lots of threads. You know, they really like to have those threads available to them at all times, and we're only really starting to run into applications that take full advantage of that. So, OBS gets a little temperamental sometimes when it really wants you to have CPU cycles that aren't necessarily available to you yet. Let's tag a couple of our friendlies here. See what our enemies are piloting. Got, oh, I remember that guy. For you, yeah, you're in a 300 something, not a 350. It could be a 325. It doesn't matter. One of the things that you can get caught doing is just idly strafing into areas that you cannot see. This is a potential problem. Ooh, that convergence though. Okay, we're starting with the traditional ballet of missiles.
Alert. Front crash close.
I'm gonna... Whoa, 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 whoa! Okay. No, that's fine. That's just to let us know that... Oh, something interesting is happening in our helmet. That's just to let us know that the match is starting for real this time, guys. We mean it. There are two players who are not ready. I don't... Those enemies? Gonna start me with enemies all up in my shit. Now, for users who are using the Oculus, you have got all kinds of visibility out of this cockpit. It's just a big ball of glass around you. Somebody took the time to stencil on this in English. That was very kind of them. Oh, dear Christ! I think I'm just being run into. I don't know. I guess until you ready up, you can move around. But once you've readied up, you become a fixed thing. So let's get my teammates added here so I get some little collision avoidance arrows. Is that it? Yeah. Alright.
Shields fully charged.
Oh good, my shields are back. It's gonna be extremely useful. Let's prioritize these guys on relative threat. I'm gonna say that that guy is relatively threatening.
Shields charging.
Not allowing me to lock onto him. I don't know if this is because Vanduul targeting systems are bad or what, but it really doesn't want to allow me to lock on.
Shields charging. Shields
I have locked so very many missiles, and none of them are firing. Their missiles are working fine, though.
Shields charging.
They have wasted so many missiles in the last couple of seconds, and I, for some reason, cannot lock any of them. I'm going to have to look this up. As you can see, my shields are down. They're rapidly hitting me with their various weaponry. So if they land even one solid hit with any of these missiles, I'm going to have a hard time. It's a good thing I have lots of countermeasures, and they hopefully aren't going to get any more missiles at this rate. No, this is a big advantage of the Glaive. We can play ping pong for a little while, and we'll just kind of scoot out of it. Lost a plasma cannon. That's not ideal, but the plasma cannon is not very effective from what I have seen so far. I mean, the AI can probably use it if they park right on your tail, and with some practice, I might find myself having an easier time of it as well. But at the moment, it's hot shit on a shingle, and I would really like something that could give me a little bit of a competitive edge against these 300 series and, what is that, a Mustang? So here's another fighter that's made out of hopes and dreams and tissue paper. So maybe my durability will give me a little bit of an advantage over on him. That's interesting. Highly effective battle strategies. Oh, now I can lock missiles. How do you feel about lots of missiles? Do you like missiles? I heard you liked them. Was I right? I think he's dead. Is he dead? He looks dead. So that was all of the missiles that I have. It looks like they're winning. It looks like they've got an edge on us. My performance probably isn't lending too much to my team. Let's see if I can't manage to get a little bit of work done. That was extremely unuseful. Targeting suite just kind of swapped targets on me with very little. Boom! How does that make you feel? I am getting shot a lot. How are we doing? Nah, we'll just trim it out. We'll just trim it out. So, that's one Glaive. Something like 6 impacts this game. Not even worried. We're gonna be fine. It would be nice to have some shields. I cannot understate the importance of having some shields. It's pretty good. I want to know what kind of missiles these guys are using, because they don't care about things like countermeasures or evasive movements.
Shields charging.
That was a very near pass. I have no weapons. My primary purpose is now to ram the enemy, which is good because we've got a fellow rammer on the team, so we're just going to be super rammer, maximum overdrive. Hello! Hello! Nope. Okay. Receive rams. Receive ramming. Oh, he's trying to shoot me. Stop trying to shoot me and collide. Here, I'll just kind of lead him a little bit. Boom! Okay. I can't tell if he survived that. I think he might have. Now, here we go. This is another Glaive. Maybe he'll be more fortunate than I am. No, that's not what I wanted. You're silly. Stop being silly. No. Oh, it looks like I'm getting a respawn, so... Ooh. He's engaged displacement drive. Which is is a prototype Vandal technology, very secret. Oh, there is Hornet Maximum Over Missile. We are having a thrust malfunction. I've had this happen to me a couple of times where your vertical strafe will just get stuck on. And why are my shields charging? I don't see any reason why my shields would be charging. Do you? No, no, we're fine.
Alert. Front crash close. Alert. Stubborn crash close.
Kind of noodle around these rocks.
Charging.
You can't
Alert.
touch me.
Front crash close. Alert.
Boop! Oh! I was just slightly unconscious and I couldn't see it. Just slightly unconscious. But it only takes a little bit. Oh, no, no. There we are. Okay, back we go. So I guess, just to avoid wasting any more missiles than we absolutely have to, I might as well just go ahead and start venting the missiles right out the gate. I should probably find that Super Hornet and fire them at him because they love missiles. I have bumped into something.
Rear crash close. Shields charging. Shields charging.
He simply has more gun than I do, and the very nearly non-functional plasma cannons do not help with that issue. On top of that, my entire HUD is in a perpetual state of flickering between useless bullshit and vaguely readable characters, which means that whenever I get an incoming missile warning, it just looks like my HUD is bugged out. And that renders it very, very hard to tell when a missile is incoming versus when, I don't know, the software engineer responsible for my UI took a nap. So something has happened to me that is causing me to fly sideways. Let me just tap all of these things. Okay, are we done? No, I think we're still going sideways. We're going down there. I don't know why we're going down there. I didn't tell us to. Are we decoupled? No? Whoa! This way, please. I am using boost in an attempt to go this way. Oh, slowly but surely.
Shields fully charged.
Okay, we're going over there. How about over here? Can we go over here? See, now we are not even an effective rammer, because whatever that is rendering us uncontrollable. I mean, it's possible that we just took serious damage to our thruster assemblies. but I can't very easily tell. Let's inspect ourselves for damage. Oh, well, it looks like one of our forward-facing thrust assemblies has been removed.
Shields charging.
We still have attitude authority, but we don't have staying alive authority.
Shields charging. Alert. Rear crash close.
Got an Avenger trying to peruse our various orifices, as they are wont to do. Nope, receive rams! No, can't do it. We just don't fly well enough in our current condition to effectively ram an enemy. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call this a wrap. That is the Vanduul Glaive. Thanks for tuning in, and take her easy.